Hello again and welcome back to Rusty Relics Ranch, and today it is planting time in Texas. Last video we did some row disking, putting up new rows, and then we got 4.5 inches of rain, and then I came back after that dried up yesterday and row disked it and harrowed, pulled a harrow behind to knock the rows down in preparation for planting. So here's my drag harrow. What I'm going to do is include a little bit of that video in with the planting, so you get a little flavor for the row disking and harrowing, then the planting, and then we'll follow up by rolling it with this little guy here. This is a totally homemade rig made by my uncle years and years ago. There was a twin to this, because he would do 4 rows at a time. So I've got half of that here, so the 2 rows all I need. And you can see the weight basket there is this couple of concrete blocks. My uncle used to just put dirt in it, but you'll see that too after we're done planting. Now we'll get to the planter, and I know what you're thinking. David, say it ain't so. There's something green behind that International. Well, so the story of the planter is, this was my father-in-law's planter. He had a huge garden and he used this to plant sweet corn. And after he passed on, nobody had any interest in upkeeping the large garden, so the planter was just parked, and eventually moved out of the shed and just parked on the fence row and grew up in weeds and thorn vines and a little tree growing through it. So rescued it out from that situation and did some work on it to get it operational. Both the insecticide boxes were rusted out, shafts were frozen solid. This one I actually patched the bottom, got the shaft free, and painted it. The other one was worse. I actually just replaced it with a used box. Replaced the bearings in the idlers, had to replace one gauge wheel tire. But other than that, she's ready to go. So this is going to be the 3rd season using it. And okay, just also wanted to mention that on these insecticide boxes, I'm not running insecticide. I'm actually putting out dry fertilizer. This is dry urea, and I'm putting down about a half dose. Got my hoses here running right next to the acre plants in an effort to try to keep it exactly out of the seed furrow, but yet get it close, and the covering shovels will then cover the fertilizer. So the plan here is to put out a dose of this fertilizer at planting time, and then come back and side dress it when the crop is about a foot tall or so. So anyway, let's go put some seed in. If anyone is wondering what I planted, it's decab corn, DKC 65-99, and decab grain sorghum, DKS 38-16. So why decab? Well, I got it for free. Okay, the planting is done for 2023. The video was corn planting. What I didn't show was after I finished corn, I turned it around and put milo plates in it and changed the sprockets and planted a little bit of milo. So that does it for this year. I got the planter cleaned up, and if I didn't mention it, it's a John Deere Model 18. It's very similar to an International Model 87 Blackland planter, which I'm more familiar with and grew up with, but pretty much the same. It operates the same. When I got it, it came with the set of plates that was in it and the sprockets that were on it, so I was able to source additional sprockets from my cousin. Actually, the sprockets I'm using are International Harvester sprockets, so they're different tooth count than John Deere, but they work, and very scientifically calculated the corn seed. The sprocket I used gave me approximately a seed every 4 inches, so I think that's going to be fine. The milo I just put on the slowest speed I had with the milo plates. Comes up a little thick, but that's okay too for what I'm doing. So Super Seed did well. So this planter's on 3-point, so I used the handy dandy International Harvester 3-point to 2-point converter. So that's very handy. Allows me to use the fast hitch on 2-point and 3-point, quick and easy. And I think that's about it. So next video we'll do is cultivating, provided the crop comes up. So see you then.